Chapter 7 Integrals. We have already taken up exercise 7.1, which consists of the direct applications of standard integrations. Now, continuing with the same topic, there are three different ways, or we can say methods of integration. One of them is integration by substitution. Second is integration using partial fractions. And the third one is integration by parts. Now in this topic we are going to study integration by substitution. Now how this integration by substitution works out and when it is to be used. When in the example you have the function as well as its derivative. If both is there in the example and the direct integration of the function cannot be calculated, then at that time we make use of integration by substitution. Now the way it works is, any fx, any function fx is given and dx, we substitute x as another function, say g of t. Then we have to differentiate this x with respect to t, so it becomes dx by dt. Both the side if it is differentiated, then dx by dt is equal to g dash t. And just making dx as a subject, taking up dt the other side, we get dx is equal to g dash t dt. Now keeping all these values in fx, we get integration, f remains as it is. In the place of x, g of t is being taken up, and in the place of dx we have g dash t dt. So that is being substituted. So completely the variable x is converted into the variable t. So we say that x is substituted by taking the variable t, and after doing all the substitution we integrate, and whatever the final answer is to be written, that answer will be in terms of x. So this is how the integration by substitution is being taken up. Now exercise 7.2, which is based on method of substitution integration. Now the first question is integration of 2x upon 1 plus x square dx. Now we have to check that 2x is the differentiation of which term. That term is to be taken up as t, and as it is a fraction given, we don't have any division rule in integration. So taking up the method of substitution, we can easily integrate it. Now if we assume 1 plus x square equal to t, then the derivative of 1 plus x square becomes 2x dx, and the derivative of t is dt. So instead of writing dx by dt, we directly multiply both the sides. Towards x we write dx and towards t we write dt. So putting all these values in the example in their places, 2x dx is dt, 1 plus x square is t, so we get the integration dt upon t. Now 1 upon t's integration will become log t plus c. Now after integrating it, the t value is to be substituted and that becomes 1 plus x square. So the final integration is log I plus x square plus c. So this is how the method of substitution is being used. So whenever we get any example, then most of the time you will find that if the direct integration is not there, then integration by substitution helps us to integrate it. Now second one is I is equal to integration log x upon log x whole square upon x dx. Now we know that log x direct integration is not there. There is no standard integration for log. Hence we need to assume log x equal to t. Derivative of log x is 1 upon x, and towards x we have to write dx, towards t we have to write dt. So we have 1 upon x dx in the example. So in the place of 1 upon x dx, we will be keeping dt from the substitution part, and log x will be kept as t, so it becomes t square dt. Now t square becomes a normal integration like t raised to 2 plus 1 upon 2 plus 1, so it becomes t cube by 3 plus c. Now substituting the value of t as log x, which we had assumed it, so I is equal to log x whole cube by 3 plus c becomes a final integration. Question number 3 is I is equal to integration dx upon x plus x log x. Now again the direct integration of such type of function does not exist. So we have to take it out x common. So it becomes integration dx x inside the bracket 1 plus log x. Now 1 plus log x we will assume to be t, because we already know that the derivative of log x is 1 upon x. Hence assume 1 plus log x is equal to t. Now derivative of log x becomes 1 upon x dx, because 1 derivative is 0. Log x derivative is 1 upon x, so we need to write the dx, and towards t dt. Therefore I will be equal to, keeping all the values at their places, dx by x becomes dt by t, that is dt. 1 plus log x value will be put as t. So 1 upon t's integration becomes log t plus c. So keeping the value of t as 1 plus log x, the final integration becomes log of 1 plus log x plus c. Fourth is I is equal to integration sin x sin cos x dx. Now we don't have the integration of such type of the functions. So we will assume cos x, which is inside sin. We will assume cos x to be t. Derivative of cos is minus sin x dx equal to dt. Shifting the negative sign other side, we get sin x dx is equal to minus dt. Now keeping all these values in the question, we get in the place of sin x dx minus dt is kept, and in the place of cos x keeping t we get minus integration sin t and dt. So all the substitutions are being taking place in the question. Sin x dx minus dt and sine of cos x in the place of cos x t. So this is how the whole example gets converted into integration of minus sin t dt. Now the integration of sin t is minus cos t. So I is equal to minus will make it plus cos t plus c. Now t is cos x. So again we get the final answer as cos x plus c. Question number 5 is I is equal to integration sin ax plus b cos ax plus b dx. Now there is no multiplication rule in integration and we cannot go directly do the substitution here. So for that we have multiplied and divided by 2 so that we can make use of the formula of 2 sin x cos x. So multiplying and dividing by 2 we get 1 upon 2 integration 2 sin ax plus b cos ax plus b dx. Now converting this in the form of sin 2x formula, we'll get it half integration sin 2 ax plus b dx. Multiplying 2 inside, we'll get it 1 upon 2 integration sin 2ax plus 2b dx. Integrating sine, the integration of sine is minus cos, so minus 1 by 2 cos 2ax plus 2b. Now in integration, the coefficient of x is divided, so the coefficient of x here is 2a, so that is being divided here, plus c, and 2 and 2 gets multiplied to I equal to minus 1 upon 4a cos 2ax plus 2b plus c. Taking out 2 common, the final answer will become I is equal to minus 1 upon 4a cos 2ax plus b plus c. So even though here we are not used method of substitution, but if the formulas are there, then we can make use of the formulae to integrate it, to bring it into the standard integrations. Sixth one is, again here we have not made use of substitution. Integration of under root of ax plus b dx. Now here we can put root sign as ax plus b raised to half dx and integrating it as x raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1. Here we will get ax plus b raised to half plus 1 divided by half plus 1, and the coefficient of x is to be divided. So the coefficient of x is a, so it is being divided here, plus c. Now half plus 1 is 3 by 2 and downside also we will get 3 by 2. So expressing it in the form of 2 upon 3a, ax plus b raised to 3 by 2 plus c is the final integration. Seventh one is, again it is given in the form of multiplication. So integration x root of x plus 2 dx. There is no direct standard integration, so we have assumed whatever is given inside the root as t square. Now why t square is assumed? Because root sign is there. You can even assume x plus 2 as t also. Both the ways the answer will remain the same. Now if x plus 2 is equal to t square, this implies the value of x as t square minus 2. Differentiating this statement, x derivative will be dx, that is 1 dx, plus t square derivative will be 2t dt, and t can be replaced as root of x plus 2, or we can write x plus 2 raised to the power half. Now keeping all these substitutions in the question, we get in the place of x t square minus 2 root of t square, and in the place of dx we'll keep 2t dt. Now root of t square will become t. 2 is being taken out as it is a constant. So simplification gives us t square minus 2 t into t dt. Now multiplying t square with all the terms, that is opening the bracket, we'll get I is equal to 2 integration t raised to 4 minus 2t square dt. Now integrating this by using the formula of x raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1, we get I is equal to 2 t raised to 5 upon 5 minus t square's integration is t cube by 3, so 2t cube by 3 plus c. As the value of t is x plus 2 raised to the power half, keeping in the places, as the power is 5 here, it becomes 5 by 2. So 2x plus 2 raised to the power 5 by 2 divided by 5 minus 2 by 3 remains as it is, and t, in the place of t we get x plus 2 raised to the power 3 by 2 plus c. So taking 2 inside and calculating it, we'll get I is equal to 2 by 5 x plus 2 raised to the power 5 by 2 minus 4 by 3 x plus 2 raised to the power 3 by 2 plus c. Taking up the eighth one in the same way, we'll have it here as integration of x root of 1 plus 2x square, again assuming the term given inside the root as t square. We'll have it here, after differentiation it will give us as the derivative of 2x square will be 4x dx, and on the other side it will become 2t dt, the derivative of t square. Shifting 4 the other side, because it is a constant, it is being shifted the other side. We get x dx is equal to 2t upon 4 dt. Cancellation gives us 2. So we get here x dx is equal to t upon 2 dt. Now keeping everything in their places, in the place of x dx, t dt, t by 2 dt is being kept. This 1 by 2 is being kept outside as it is a constant, and x dx. So t by 2 means half is going out, t remains inside the integration dt, and root of 1 plus 2x square, putting there as t square, and root gives us t. So I is equal to half, we'll get t square dt. Integration of t square is t raised to 3 by 3 plus c. So 1 upon 2 into 3 will give us 1 upon 6 t cube plus c, and putting the value of t as it is root of 1 plus 2x square. So 1 plus 2x square, 3 is already there, so 3 remains as it is, and as it is a root, so we need to write there 1 by 2. So the power becomes 1 plus 2x square, 3 by 2 plus c. So this is the answer for 8th one. Question number 9th is I is equal to integration 4x plus 2 under root x square plus x plus 1 dx. Now from 4x plus 2, 2 comes out common. Integration 2x plus 1 under root x square plus x plus 1 dx. Now there is no direct integration, so the terms inside the root is assumed as t. Now differentiating x square plus x plus 1 will get 2x plus 1 dx dt. Derivative of x square will become 2x, x derivative is 1. So this is the form that we will get it. Now keeping at the places, 2 remains as it is. In the place of x square plus x plus 1, t is being kept, that is root t, and 2x plus 1 dx is replaced by dt. So root is expressed as 2 integration t raised to half dt. Going for integrating it as half plus 1 upon half plus 1, we'll get it to t raised to 3 by 2 upon 3 by 2 plus c. Taking up the multiplication of 2 up, it becomes 4 by 3, and substituting the value of t, we get here x square plus x plus 1 raised to 3 by 2 plus c. 10th one is dx, integration of dx upon x root x. Taking out root x common, we get dx upon root x multiplied by root x minus 1. Now assuming root x minus 1 as t, the derivative of root x is 1 upon 2 root x, dx is equal to dt. Now we want only dx upon root x, so the constant 2 is shifted other side. It becomes 1 upon root x dx is equal to 2 dt. So keeping all the values in the question, in the place of dx upon root x, 2 dt is replaced and root x minus 1 is substituted by t. Now integrating 1 by t, we get log t. So the integration becomes 2 log t plus c. Keeping the value of t as root x minus 1, the final integration, the final answer becomes 2 log root x minus 1 plus c. And by using the law of power for log, the final answer becomes log root x minus 1 whole square plus c. 11th one is integration x upon root of x plus 4 dx. Now to remove the root, and as we cannot make use of division rule, we will assume directly x plus 4 equal to t. So x will be replaced by taking 4 the other side, t minus 4. Now taking differentiation on both the sides, we'll get dx is equal to dt. Putting all the values in the example, in the place of x, it will be t minus 4 dt, and for root of x plus 4, root t will be substituted. Now dividing both by root t, we get t upon t raised to half dt minus 4 integration dt upon t raised to half. So I is integration operating the powers as they are divided. We get 1 minus half dt minus 4. 1 upon t raised to half is taken as t raised to minus half dt. Now 1 minus half gives us 1 by 2. So now we have brought it into the standard integrations. Integrating by using x raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1 form, we'll get here half plus 1 upon half plus 1, and for t raised to minus 1 by 2 we get here minus half plus 1 divided by minus half plus 1. Half plus 1 is 3 by 2 divided by 3 by 2, so 2 goes up and 3 remains down, and t raised to half upon half, so 2 gets multiplied with 4 makes it 8. Now keeping the value of t as x plus 4 for the final answer. So this is the final statement of the integration, that is 2 by 3 x plus 4 raised to the power 3 by 2 minus 8 x plus 4 raised to the power half plus c. Now the 12th one is, question given is x cube minus 1 raised to 1 by 3 x raised to 5 dx. Now taking up x cube minus 1 as t, x cube value we will get it as t minus 1. Differentiating x cube minus 1, x cube differentiation is 3x square dx dt. Taking 3 the other side, it becomes x square dx is equal to dt by 3. Keeping all these values in the example, we get integration. X cube minus 1 is replaced by t, so it becomes t raised to 1 by 3. Expressing x raised to 5 as x cube into x square, that means the power is being separated. In the place of x cube, t minus 1 is substituted, and x square dx is being kept as dt by 3. So this is how for each and every term the substitution is being done. 1 by 3 is being taken out as it is a constant, and t raised to 1 by 3 is multiplied inside the bracket. So it becomes t raised to 1 by 3 plus 1 when multiplied with t, and with 1 it remains t raised to 1 by 3 dt. Now adding 1 by 3 plus 1 gives 4 by 3 and t raised to 1 by 3. Now integrating 4 by 3 by using the method of n plus 1 upon n plus 1, we get here 4 by 3 plus 1 divided by 4 by 3 plus 1. 1 by 3 is being multiplied with both the terms, minus 1 by 3 t raised to 1 by 3 plus 1 upon 1 by 3 plus 1 plus c. Simplifying this part, we get t raised to 7 by 3 upon 7 by 3 minus 1 by 3. Again taking the LCM and calculating gives t raised to 4 by 3 upon 4 by 3 plus c. 3 and 3 gets cancelled. So the final answer is 1 upon 7 x cube minus 1 raised to the power 7 by 3 minus 1 by 4 x cube minus 1 raised to the power 4 by 3 plus c. So this becomes the final integration. 13th one is integration x square upon 2 plus 3 x cube whole cube. So assuming 2 plus 3 x cube as t and differentiating it, we'll get it 9x square dx is equal to dt. Always the constant is to be shifted towards dt side. So x square dx will be equal to dt by 9. So integration becomes 1 upon 9 integration dt. In the place of x square dx, dt by 9 is being kept. So 1 upon 9 dt, and in the place of 2 plus 3 x cube, t is being kept, so it becomes t cube. To integrate t cube, 1 upon t cube, we express it as t raised to minus 3 dt. Integrating, we get 1 upon 9 t raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1. So minus 3 plus 1 upon minus 3 plus 1 plus c. So it becomes t raised to minus 2 upon minus 2, and it will give us as 1 upon minus 1 upon 18, and t raised to minus 2 is expressed as 1 upon t square plus c. Now keeping the value of t, we'll get it as minus 1 upon 18, 1 upon 2 plus 3 x cube whole square plus c becomes the answer for integration. Now 14th one, it is given as I equal to dx upon x log x raised to the power m. So here again log x will be assumed as t. Differentiation of log x is 1 by x dx equal to dt. Now putting everything in the example, dx upon x is kept as dt. Log x raised to m. So in the place of log x, t is kept. So t raised to m it becomes. Now 1 upon t raised to m is expressed as t raised to minus m dt. Now integrating with the power by taking up minus m plus 1 upon minus m plus 1 plus c. Then keeping the value of t as log x, we get the final answer as log x raised to the power 1 minus m divided by 1 minus m plus c. 15th one is I is equal to integration x upon 9 minus 4x square dx. Assuming 9 minus 4x square as t and differentiating it, we get it here as minus 8x dx, differentiating 4x square. 9 differentiation is 0. So minus 8x dx will be equal to dt. Shifting the constant the other side and negative sign also, we'll get it x dx is equal to minus dt by 8. Now putting all these values in the example, x dx is replaced by minus dt upon 8. In the place of 9 minus 4x square, we write as t. So integration dt by t gives us log of t plus c. Minus 1 upon 8 remains out. Now putting the value of t as 9 minus 4x square, the final answer becomes minus 1 upon 8 log 9 minus 4x square plus c. 16th one is I equal to integration of e raised to 2x plus 3 dx. Assuming 2x plus 3 as t and differentiating it, we get 2 dx is equal to dt because differentiation of x is 1. Shifting to the other side, it becomes dx is equal to dt by 2. Keeping all these values in the example, we get I is equal to half integration e raised to t dt. Integration of e raised to t becomes half e raised to t plus c, because integration of e raised to t is e raised to t plus c. Now putting the value of t as 2x plus 3, we get I is equal to half e raised to 2x plus 3 plus c. So this is the final answer. 17th one is I is equal to integration x upon e raised to x square dx. As there is no direct integration, we will assume x square is equal to t. Now the differentiation of x square becomes 2x dx is equal to dt. Shifting to the other side, we get x dx is equal to dt by 2. Now keeping the value of x dx as dt by 2, in the place of x square keeping t, we get integration half integration dt upon e raised to t. E raised to t can be taken as e raised to minus t dt. Now e raised to minus t's integration is e raised to minus t, and this minus sign is written as a coefficient of t, that is negative. So it becomes half minus e raised to minus t plus c. Now keeping the value of t as x square, we will get it as minus half e raised to minus x square plus c, and that can be written as 1 upon e raised to x square plus c. 18th is integration e raised to tan inverse x upon 1 plus x square dx. Assuming tan inverse x as t, because derivative of tan inverse is 1 upon 1 plus x square. So d by dx of tan inverse x gives us 1 upon 1 plus x square dx dt. Now in this place, in the example, dt is been kept, so we get integration e raised to t dt, and integration of e raised to t is e raised to t plus c. Keeping the value of t as tan inverse x, this becomes a final integration. 19th one is I is equal to integration e raised to 2x minus 1 upon e raised to 2x plus 1 dx. Now dividing the numerator and denominator by e raised to x, this is one of the very important step to bring it into the standard integration. So dividing both numerator and denominator by e raised to x. Then separately dividing e raised to 2x divided by e raised to x will give e raised to x minus 1 divided by e raised to x remains as 1 upon e raised to x. Same thing in the denominator, we get e raised to x plus 1 upon e raised to x dx. Now expressing 1 upon e raised to x as e raised to minus x, both in numerator as well as in the denominator. Now assuming the denominator, most of the time you will find that in integration, the denominator is assumed as t, and its derivative will always be there in the numerator. So assuming e raised to x plus e raised to minus x equal to t and differentiating this, e raised to x differentiation is e raised to x, e raised to minus x differentiation will be minus e raised to minus x dx is equal to dt. Now putting the value in terms of t, upside it is dt, and down, that is e raised to x plus e raised to minus x will be t. Now integrating 1 upon t, the integration is log t plus c, and keeping the value of t as e raised to x plus e raised to minus x, the final answer will be log e raised to x plus e raised to minus x plus c. Now 20th one is given in the terms of e raised to 2x minus e raised to minus 2x whole divided by e raised to 2x plus e raised to minus 2x. Again, assuming the denominator as t and differentiating it, e raised to 2x will give us 2 e raised to 2x, because e raised to 2x differentiation is e raised to 2x. This 2 is the coefficient of x which is multiplied. Same here, e raised to minus 2x derivative is e raised to minus 2x into minus 2 is the coefficient of x, dx is equal to dt. Now taking out 2 common and simplifying this bracket, we get 2 e raised to 2x minus e raised to minus 2x dx is equal to dt. Taking the constant other side with t part, we get e raised to 2x minus e raised to minus 2x dx is equal to dt by 2. Now keeping all the values in the question, for e raised to 2x minus e raised to minus 2x dx, we keep dt by 2. So dt by 2, 1 by 2 is kept out. And for the downside, that is e2 raised to 2x plus e raised to minus 2x, keeping the value as t. So now we are left out with integration of 1 upon t. 1 upon t integration becomes log t plus c, keeping the value of t as e raised to 2x plus e raised to minus 2x. This becomes the final integration.